Hey everyone, lesson 4, level 3, choosing your own adventure by column major traversal. That's where we go down each column in the array and we try to do something with the elements in that column. So we are going to do the social media user. So here's what it should look like when you're done. So when you're done, if I run this, it gives you the icon of each social media thing, and it gives you an age range and a maximum percentage in that age range. So that goes pretty quick, pretty quick. So here's what we have here in our setup. So we've got this one-dimensional array of string objects, which are essentially the names of the images. So it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We have another 1D array of string objects, which are just our age groups. And then I have a 2D array of percentages, and it might look better and make a little more sense if maybe we wrote it like this. And so, for example, in this 4x4 array, each row represents an age group. So that's the 18 to 29 age group. That's the 30 to 49 age group. This is the 50 to 64 age group. That's where I am. And this is a 65 and up age group. Then each column is a different social media. So the first column, the 22, 41, 23, and 15 is the Facebook. And then it's it's YouTube, then Twitter, and Instagram. And so the idea is we want to go through each column and find the largest percentage in each column. And then we also want to go through each column and figure out, okay, if 41 is my largest percentage, that is the 30 through 49 age group. So I want to return the age group and what that largest percentage is. So let's go over here. So let's see. There's my social media scene class and my 3 instance variables, which are either string arrays or integer 2D arrays. Nice, nice, nice. So there's the constructor, and here's our first find max percentages. And now we are returning an integer array. So I need to create an empty array to put stuff, because what we're going to do is when I find, for example, when I find 41 is the largest element in that first column, I am going to stick it into an array, and that's what's going to get returned. And then 38 will be returned, 39, and then 47. So 41, 38, 39, 47 will be stuck into an array. And that's what's going to get returned. So let's create an integer array, and I'm going to call this max column P for max column percentages. This is going to be a new integer array, and there's a lot of things that I could use. I could just type in a 4 because there's going to be 4 spots in it, but I could also just go percentages.length, and it doesn't matter which one of these arrays up here I use. I could use icons.length, age groups.length. I can use percentages.length because if I go back here, there's only 4 elements in the percentages array. It's just that each one of those elements is an array itself, and each one of those element arrays has 4 objects in it. But I think I can use that. That's okay. What's nice about this is that this is going to return an array. It's going to initialize an array that has 4 zeros in it. So I really don't have to do too much to kind of like check for things. So let's go through our columns. For int column equals 0. And I want the columns to be less than the percentages, the number of the percentages in that first row. And then I want to increment my column every time. And then I'm going to go through each row then. For int row equals 0. And I want the row to be less than the percentages dot length, because there were only 4 rows in that original array. And I want to increment that by 1 every time. And so now I just need to check is if this element in this row and in this column, if it's greater than whatever is in the max column P at that column. So in other words, when I first go through this, column is 0, so I'm checking, is it greater than that 0 there? If it is, I want to have that max column P to be equal to the percentages row column element. And so I just go through each element in that first column, and I'm finding the largest one in there. And what I'll do at the end, I am just going to return the max. Oh, that needs to be column. I'm going to return the max column P array. Okay, not bad, not bad. So let's go to the next one. So now I want to go over here to number 2. I want to go to this find max age group. Find the age group with the largest percentage of users for each column in percentages. Add the corresponding age group from the age groups array to the 1D array and return the. So we're going to create a new array called strings. So I need to create that puppy. So I'm going to call this a string array. And I guess this is going to be max age G. That's what I'll call this. This is a new string array, and the length will be percentages dot length. And now this is going to return an array that is null, 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 and null. That's going to initialize that array for me. And so let's go through the first column. So for int col equals 0. I kind of wonder if I could have combined these two. I don't think I could have, though. Column to be less than the percentages in that first row dot length. And I'm going to increment my column. And then what I need is I need to kind of initialize what my max number was. I did not have to do that up here because I had already kind of by default initialized it to be 0. So I am going to create an integer, and I will call this max P. We're going to make that equal to 0. And then I'm going to go for int row equals 0. My row, I could only spell, is less than percentages dot length. And I'm having trouble. I'm going to increment my rows every time. And so if the percentage at the row and column is greater than max P, then I want to set the max P to be equal to this percentage, that's curly braces, row, column. And then I also want to set my, forgot to put a semicolon there. I want to take the max age G at that column, and I want to set it equal to this age group's row element. And then I want to return the max age G. All right, there's a lot of stuff that could go wrong here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, of course. And oh, what did I do? It's percentages, not, oh, it's percentages, not percentage. Let's give this a try. How about it? There it goes. This is tough, man. We will need to talk about this in class. This is challenging. A lot of moving parts, but we'll work on the 2D array because there will be a question, a free response question that is just about 2D arrays. But you guys are going to be ready.